Welcome to this visualization involving both a past positive memory and a future goal. So you can do visualizations not only to calm the stress response, but also when you are in that calm, positive state, you can then use that moment to start to train your limbic system that something in the future is also going to be positive and safe and enjoyable. And that makes it more and more likely that your body will respond in that way in the future, that your nervous system will stay calm and strong, and that your mind will stay in a place of enjoyment that will not kick out the negative stress neurotransmitters of cortisol, adrenaline, and norepinephrine. Take a deep, deep breath. Take another, and this time feel it expanding your rib cage. And a third time, feel like that rib cage is a balloon, expanding and then releasing. So close your eyes and relax, and try to smile and enjoy these prompts as if you were there. I'm waking up on a winter's morning. It's still dark out, but I see the stars shining, so it's going to be a bright, clear day, and I see the edge of the eastern sky turning rosy. I'm up, getting ready, excited for this day because it is a ski day, a downhill skiing day. We are packing up. We're making sure we all have a lot of warm weather gear, and we are also getting our lunches packed. Mom's making hot chocolate. I can smell the cocoa and milk on the stove. And I fill one of both of the thermoses with hot water at the tap to get them preheated for the hot chocolate to stay warm as long as possible today. Pretty soon we are piling in the minivan and off we go. I have my bright yellow winter jacket with the bright yellow and black windbreaker layer, and then just the cozy fleece-lined black layer underneath. It's a nice relaxing ride over an hour into a little more rolling hills, but still it looks impossible to find anywhere to downhill ski until we get right up to the ski hill, and then there's this tall hill right in the middle of rolling prairie, edge of prairie. The excitement mounts as we pull into the parking lot and load ourselves down with gear. And we troop down the wooden steps, down from the parking lot to the chalet. In through the back door of the chalet, I smell the familiar scent of wet clothes and wet carpet. It's just baked into this chalet through all the years of skiing, but it's a comforting scent. There's also a few food smells from the cafeteria. And we head up to the counter and check in. My parents are in charge of the group of skiers that's gathering today, so they start to check in every family and individual that comes and make sure that they're on their list and everything is all squared away. Then comes the time to fill out our forms with our height and our weight and all this stuff so that we can and boot size, so we can get the right gear for safety. As we walk through the line and hand in our slip, they take it. I see a familiar face of staff taking my slip and heading back to the tall racks of big clunky plastic ski boots. And they come and plunk down a size 9 for me. My feet are already full grown. And then I grab them. I hear the plastic and binders of it just clink kind of against each other as I wrap my arm around them and head over to a bench. I have my snow pants pulled on now. I take off my winter boots and stick them into a cubby. Then it's time to step into these big, cushy lined, stiff boots and start to do our stiff-legged heel-toe clunk as we walk over to the ski area. Waiting in line again, we hand in our slips, and this time they grab a pair of skis the right length for our height, and they adjust the binders for our weight and also our level of ability. And it's so nice to now be at a level where my binders do not just pop off super easily. I can take little tumbles from my adventurous skiing and they will stay on. I don't have to chase my skis down the hill like I used to. Out the door, I grab a pair of ski poles. Mine have yellow handles this time. Wow, I like that. And I go clunk out down the wooden, across the wooden deck and down the steps, and start to get a feel for this clumsy walk again with the slippery snow on the wooden boards. We're all kind of slithering along in our hard, stiff boots where we can't bend our ankles as we find a clear spot of snow away from the door and spread our skis down on the snow. We're laughing and talking with each other, just so excited to get started. Planning all our adventures for the day. When I step into my boot binding, I hear and feel the sturdy click, and I'm in place. I grab the straps of my ski poles and put them over my wrists. I reach up to my head and make sure my hat is tied down well under my chin, and I'm going to leave my goggles out of the way for a bit because first of all we have to get past for skiing on the bunny hill. It's just kind of nostalgic as I ski up to the bunny hill and I grab way down low by my knees one of the paddles attached to the big cable that just pulls us up through a track up to the top of the bunny hill. I remember how this was so daunting at first when I was little, and how I had to learn to snowplow on the bunny hill, and yeah, but it was fun. I always loved it. And so now I just confidently swish away from the top of the lift and get into place, and I wait until an instructor at the bottom is ready to watch me. I see a little one going down ahead of me, and they're doing this big, stiff, wide V-shape snowplow, and they are doing their best. They are learning, and they take a little tumble, and their parent comes along and helps them up, and they try again. So the instructor's looking my way, so I just give a little shove off, and I have to show that I can do snowplow, and then I can steer right, and I can steer left, and I can ski straight, and then I come to a nice stop right down at the bottom. That was such a slow, gentle slope. And the instructor comes over to my ski tag that's a paper hanging on a wire loop through my zipper on my jacket, and he puts a big check mark on it or the date on it, and I'm good to go. So I wait for my sisters and my friends and a cousin, and we just all gather at the bottom. And when we're all set, all checked off, we head for the real ski lift, the chairlift. Each year, it's fun to just start with kind of a similar pattern. This is our first time skiing for the year, so we head for the next easiest hill just to get our ski legs on. Is that like sea legs? Ski legs? Waiting in line, I see the chairs swooping around. I see people getting seated and swooshing up into the air ahead of me, and I just feel this tickle of joy and excitement that I get to go up in the air on this chairlift soon, and I get to start swooping down the hills. And so my sister and I fall into line as the next two. The chairlifts hold two, and so we scoot up right behind the other chair that's being seated, and we stand with our poles bunched in one hand out of the way. A cheerful man grabs the chair to steady it as it comes swooping up behind us, and we feel it tap the back of our knees, and we plop down and then swing forward as he lets it go. Ooh, I just love this. At first, we are barely above the ground, and then we get a little higher and we go over a snow fence that keeps people out of the danger zone. And then we are up, higher and higher to the top of the height of these tall poles, gently swinging. I feel so confident. I feel like I'm just, I don't know, in a hot air balloon, feeling so secure and loving the view from up here. I can look around and see, as we get to the higher part, I can see over down where another lift goes off to the side. Some of our favorite hills are over there. And then at the very top, I can see out over the top of the hill to the south. We're skiing on the north side where the snow doesn't melt so easily. Oh, up here the wind catches me and I feel it coming around my face, and so I pull my neck warmer up, a fleece neck warmer. Here we go, we're coming to the end, and there's a little butterfly of excitement in my stomach for the first time of getting off the lift. I know I can do this. I've done it hundreds of times. So I push forward, feel the snow bank under my feet, and slide down, and then use my poles and scoot out of the way of the next people. Again, we wait here till we've gathered our group of friends and cousins, and up here, yeah, it's chilly. I pull my ski goggles down to cover my eyes, and the whole world turns this kind of amber color. And that helps too, because the sun is shining and everything is so bright white that it's hard to tell topography. It's hard to tell where there are dips and stuff in the snow, or so yeah, I've got better vision now with my amber tinted ski goggles. I also pull my hood up to cut some more wind around my head. All right, we are going to go down Hawaiian Cruise, the name of this first level hill. And ahead of us, it just slopes so gently. We think, okay, there's no use to swirl back and forth here. We're gonna bomb this hill. It'll be so slow anyway. So we decide, okay, we're gonna race. Ready? 1, 2, we're all lined up. 3, go! And we start skiing as if we're actually cross-country skiers for a bit, just to get going, skate skiing down this hill, and then pushing with our poles. And halfway down the hill, we have to turn left, an L shape. And as I do this left turn, I look up and go, ooh, there's the most difficult hill in the whole ski park straight ahead of me. It's called the Wall, and I look at it for what the snow conditions are like, but I don't take too much time because I'm in a race, and so I'm going to try out the Wall later today. Here we go around the corner. We're all vying for the inside curve, and then in the next straightaway we're pushing with our poles and just then start crouching down, cutting out wind resistance and feeling the air swishing past our faces. Oh, I'm so grateful for my goggles, or my eyes would be totally full of tears right now. It's such fresh, cold air. Must be about 10 degrees, and I feel it filling my lungs with this fiery, fresh life. As I get near the bottom, I'm tucked so tightly, and I'm swirling down to the base of the ski lift, which is our end goal. And I come in neck and neck with my good friend, and we just stand up and laugh and kind of cheer as everyone else comes along. And thus starts our day of skiing. We have so much fun ahead. We have breaks in the chalet for hot chocolate and for our packed lunch. And if we're too cold outside, we can take breaks inside and play games. But I don't know, just looking out here, this sun shining on my face, I think I'm going to be skiing all day until they close after dark. And I'm just looking forward to it. I'm feeling so strong, so fit, and so joyful. There's just so much joy deep down inside that's bubbling over this, the bright sunshine and the friendship and the chattering and laughing. It's all just coming together as this like fountain of life bubbling up from my heart. And I just feel the life of Christ filling me with his joy. He is the way, the truth, and the life. And I just feel Jesus' joy as I gather with my friends that all know Jesus and we all love him. And ride up again with my sister and just feel the freedom of this whole day, of this whole gift. It's a gift to be able to come up here and ski and enjoy God's creation in a different way on a cold winter's day. And I take all of this with me now into the future. A couple of weeks from now, actually less than 2 weeks, it's Christmas Eve. I'm just feeling so grateful to be at Christmas again. I just look back on the year and think of all the special times with family, all the new things I've been able to try, and all of the wins and joys in this year, and all of the special ways that I've seen God protect and bless my family. And I am just so grateful as I sit here around the fire. We're just back from church, from the Christmas Eve service. I have my tea mug in hand. I hear the tea ball clink inside of it. Some soothing Hujicha tea. I wrap my hand around it, one hand in the handle and the other wrapped around. It's so soothing and warm. And I just still feel the joy of the Christmas Eve service with all the special Christmas carols, singing them together with friends and family, singing of our hope that came down at Christmas, our Savior. Christmas carols are some of my favorite. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King, peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations, rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. And we ended the service with Silent Night with candles as we passed the flame around the circle, encircling the whole sanctuary. We each lit the next person's candle and sang Silent Night a cappella. I still feel that warmth of fellowship and joy. Just really peaceful, deep joy. And now I'm gathered with my immediate family around the fireplace. My other sister and her family get to join us tomorrow. But tonight, we just have a quiet, cozy evening. We already had a relaxed pizza meal. I got to have pizza with cheese on it. Oh, it was so delicious. And I love to have pineapple and lots of onion, some red or green pepper from our garden that we freeze and chop up and freeze. Oh, it was such a good pizza with some ground beef and pepperoni. Now I look up and I see the fire in our brand new fireplace. It's such a gift to have a fireplace that we can use again. The chimney we found out was completely cracked from top to bottom before, so we couldn't use the old one. And now, just a couple weeks ago, we got the new one installed. And this new fireplace is even more cozy than we expected. It looks more modern than the old, but it just fits on our brick wall of rustic bricks. We just enjoy it. We have been able to burn off most of the smell of the new paint and new metal smell over the past few days. So tonight, it's hardly smelling at all. We're just enjoying the beautiful dancing flames through the long, narrow glass. We have our Advent candles lit on the coffee table between me and the fire. And we are reading the second to last entry in this Advent book. Tomorrow will be the final one, and we'll light the 5th candle in the center. Everything is just so restful tonight, so full of meaning and joy. And I feel the peace of God that passes all understanding, guarding my heart and mind in Christ Jesus as I settle back into the soft couch and sing another Christmas carol with my family. And may the peace of God that passes all understanding guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus as you look to him, as you fix your mind on him. As it says in Isaiah 26:3 and 4, you will keep in perfect peace him whose mind is steadfast, because he trusts in you. Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord is the rock eternal. Thank you for joining me for this visualization, and you can find more on my YouTube channel at Brain Rewiring for Life.